Hi, so I just wanted to go through a really simple stretching routine that you can do. This is just a combination of so many stretches that you can do, and there are 10-minute routines that I really encourage you to do 3 times a day, especially if you're starting to feel the tightness start to build up through your back and neck and shoulders. It's good for headaches that are starting to come on, and it just helps in overall general sense of movement. So come and join me. Your table stance. Now, a table stance is where your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. If you've got a mirror or some sort of video like I am, I'm just having a look at myself in the screen here just to double check that I am not too far back or my hands aren't too far forward. So what you're going to do is first one, you're going to take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, I want you to bring the whole of your spine up to the ceiling, and you're going to tilt your hips into a posterior tilt, and you're going to stretch your scapulars, your shoulder blades, away from your spine, and you're going to bring your head down in between your arms. Now we're just going to do a few momentary kind of movements so that you can feel what it's like. And then on the exhalation, you're going to do the exact opposite. So tilting your pelvis into an anterior tilt where it goes this way, your bum almost up to the ceiling, your belly goes as far down to the ground as you can possibly manage. And at the same time, you are then looking up to the ceiling. Okay, so you should feel a nice stretch happening through the abdomen. You should feel some nice great movement through the hips. And then coming on inhalation and exhalation. Inhale and exhale. Now you may have to change this up. There's no rule that is set in stone of when you inhale and when you exhale. So I encourage you to give it a go both ways. So let's go with an inhalation towards the ceiling and exhale as you push down into the floor as you bring your spine all the way up to the ceiling. And what we're going to do is about 10 of these all up. We're hoping that we've done 10 by now. I haven't been counting. Okay. So now, the next one we're going to do is called thread the needle. You're going to need a roller for this one, okay? So just place the roller next to you like this. You're going to stay in table position like we were, threading the needle. If you can imagine, this arm is being threaded through this part of the needle. Kind of self-explanatory. But what we're going to do is we're going to do some movement before we hold the stretch. So it's a mobilization stretch, meaning we move and we feel the stretch. And I like to encourage you to actually stay in the stretch when we get to the number 3 or 4 movements. So just coming down and up, and allow the back of your hand. So the back of your hand is on the roller and you're rolling yourself all the way down and come back up. You want to do 3 to 5 of these movements before you stay in the stretch. That's it. Up to number 3. We're going to go 4. That's just the number 4. You can choose whatever number you want to do. 4, and now I'm going to stay in. Now I should feel a nice stretch happening through my back. My back has been tight, so I'm going to feel it through the middle back. I'm feeling some great release happening through my hips because I'm giving it a good anterior tilt, and I'm feeling release happening through my shoulders. Okay, and now let's do the other side. I'm going to turn around this way. Okay. Go through here, thread the needle, and allow yourself to come down and back up. And do it 3 or 4 times. 2, 3. That's it. And on the 4th time, I'm going to just stay here. Now, as far as staying in for a stretch, you may want to stay for 20 seconds. You may feel like it's such a good stretch. I welcome you to stay there. There's no real rule of how long or how short you should stretch. I usually say to my clients, you stretch until you feel you're full. Okay, called the child's pose. Those of you who do yoga, this is a very, very common stretch to be doing through into your yoga practice, but it's actually a great stretch to do for anyone who doesn't practice their yoga. No biggie, it's excellent for the hips, it's great for the back, it's great for the arms, so it's an all over general relief. Okay, so spread your knees out wide as your mat, and then what we're going to do is bend forward from the hips and crawl forward with our hands. Now, you're going to place your head onto the mat, and you're going to reach as far forward, reach with your fingers, and then as far as you can. Once you've reached, I want you to relax absolutely everything. So relax into your hips, let your back straighten out, relax your arms, keep your elbows soft. And this is the place I want you for at least 10 to 15 seconds, but hold it for longer if you can, until you're full. As a rule of thumb, sometimes if I'm just not really sure how long I want to hold a stretch for, I might take 3 really deep breaths in a stretch and then intend to move on. Okay, I'm going to take another breath. Okay, and now this next part of this stretch is called the side child's pose. I've just given it that name, but it's to allow ourselves to feel the stretch happening all through our latissimus dorsi, which is often a muscle that gets forgotten. It is a huge stabilizer muscle, and it's actually a shoulder muscle, but it's mainly attached at the back. So it's a really great idea if you can do a child's pose to the side. So same idea, you come to the middle, but this time you're going to go to 45 degrees out this way, and you're going to stretch. Now take 3 deep breaths in this stretch. And again. One more time. That's it. And the other side. If you can do these stretches every 2 to 3 hours, so aim for your whole day of worth of work. You've got an 8-hour gig at the table or at the desk, wherever you're set up. Allow yourself to do it at least 3 times over that span. So start up your day for half an hour, get off, do the routine, do it after lunch, and then do it just before you log off, and you'll start to feel the difference.